your layman's guide to rugby league. We are the armchair experts. Welcome Callan, Jed, I'm Jason.
No Matt tonight.
No Matt. Oh.
Yeah, he's gone camping.
He's gone camping. The Titans are gone camping.
Oh, he's in Bali.
No, he's Bali.
Yeah,
God.
The Titans.
I'm sure he'll be back next week. He's just having a breather.
Yeah. Have we had a better weekend than Jas and Cal?
I don't know.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But
The Sharks didn't show up.
just
either.
like our teams, we're all still here and surviving.
Yes.
We're
We're
all
all
still
still here.
there.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in today. If you'd like to give us a like or a subscribe, hit that little bell. We're going for 100 subscribers this year. Your friends want to know about it. They want to hear the armchair advice coming into the finals. Give us a like, give us a share. We'd appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy it.
Up the cows.
Up the chookies.
So, good weekend of footy though.
Wasn't it? Intense weekend.
Yes.
Weekend.
Yeah?
Well, at least your team won.
You had a good...
Yeah, 2 point. Well,
Yeah, you
I
progressed.
won. Yes, we progressed.
You won.
And you guys progressed too. So.
We progressed because
Second chance.
we played
Yeah,
so
second-
well
yeah.
throughout the year.
It's exactly right.
Fourth.
Fourth, yeah.
So,
If we go to Friday night, Friday the 13th, we had the Panthers taking on the Roosters.
And what
it
was the final score on that?
30 to 10, the Panthers over the Roosters. Jetty, take it away.
look, Penrith, especially in that first half, are absolutely outstanding. There is not much that we could really do about that. That was premiership material. That was just an absolute masterclass. So, I mean, we fought back in the second half. There was a controversial pass that was called forward that probably should not have been called, but overall Penrith were just too good.
Their forward pack
Yeah.
at that start. I think Robinson made a coaching error, not starting Lenu.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Lenu needed to start.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know why he didn't, because he was afraid it was all going to blow up,
Yeah.
but it looked like that's what they needed.
Yeah.
Butcher's a good player, but he's not going to intimidate anyone.
Yeah. So, at least for next week we'll have Hargraves back.
Yes.
So big JWH.
Would you hold him off a week in case he gets sin bin? Like, you want him the next week.
Yeah, I know.
What do? Do you just play him for 10 minutes and then pull him off?
Oh, I wouldn't even trust him for 10 minutes. I wouldn't
Yeah.
even trust him for one.
Keep him on the bench in case we need him.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I'd say Penrith probably took the foot off the pedal a little bit in that second half. They probably knew that they had the game sorted. They wanted to sort of ease their players into the prelim.
Yeah.
You saw Cleary come off early. Made a bit of a game for it. Not really. Gave the Roosters a bit of a sniff. I think we saw the deficiencies in the Roosters' defence, what we've been seeing for the last month or two,
yeah.
and something they're going to have to really rectify against Manly this weekend.
Yeah. So, like Daniel Tupou had an absolute shocker.
We've all got one of those. We've all got a Tupou.
We got one of them.
Yeah. I would probably look at dropping Stan Smith and then bringing Joey Manu into the half. So I think he needs to have his hands
Wow.
a lot more.
Into the halves.
Yeah, he had.
Who have you got that can play centre?
Billy Smith.
Is he back?
Yeah, he's back.
Oh, wow.
He's played a couple of weeks, so yeah, I'd probably put him back in the centres and then.
Big call.
I know, but
Do or die.
you got to make.
Manu is so good.
Yeah, I know.
I think.
But what I will say is that Mano hasn't been playing great ever since he made the decision to go to rugby union.
He's fallen off a cliff.
He's fallen off a cliff.
I also think that Connor Watson always passes left.
Yeah.
Like, he hardly ever goes to the right.
Yeah, I know he's saying.
Yeah.
Like, hardly ever. Like that. I noticed when it switched from Smith to Watson,
Yeah.
Dom Young's tries, although he gets some, has like slowed right down.
Yeah.
And it's always going to that. He must just, I mean, that's natural for most line hitters.
Nothing really statistically to point out. Possession was 54-46 to the Panthers. Completion rate was 81 to the Panthers.
So that's almost 90 to the Panthers, which is good.
That's remote. Average set distance 47 metres to 37 metres to the Panthers. So just in every state, the Panthers were kind of had the edge. You can tell, and I kind of felt like the Panthers had another gear or two. So
yeah, they were just a class above. Like
Yeah.
I can't, I'm not disappointed in that. That we didn't win. In terms of, we made a couple of errors, but Penrith were just
Too good.
Next level, and I'd rather be like that than
There's no shame in losing to the Panthers, that's for sure. It's such a good team.
We've all done it.
We've all been. So, moving on to Game 2, Saturday the 14th of September, we had the Storm taking on Jace's Sharks. It was 37-10 to the Storm. They ran away with it at the end there. Jace, take it away.
They were too good. They kept us in our half. They completed at 100% in the first half.
Yeah.
Playing Melbourne in Melbourne,
Unreal.
completing at 100%.
60% of the ball.
I don't think too many teams win that. I was real happy with our defence in that first half. To go into the Sheds 14-10. We only had 3 opportunities and 2 of them we scored. I think we had 6 tackles in there, 20. But they killed us, so our line to speed defence wasn't there. They were just too clinical. Our back 5 weren't getting metres. And Rudolph had a shocker. Will Kennedy had a shocker.
No
He
way.
dropped the ball off a kick-off. And
Talakai was solid.
Yes, Talakai was solid. And maybe he should be on the right side, but solid but not...
You missed Bravian.
Not crazy special.
So, do you think the pressure is really going to be on Craig Fitzgibbon and even?
I don't think so. I know. I guess you got to win finals games, but we've been in the top 4 this year. 2 years ago we finished 3rd. Second, were you 3rd? Second. I mean, last year we're in the top 8.
And what about Nico Hines?
I think the pressure's getting to him. I really think Trindle should carry. The kicking, he's got a better kicking game. He should carry the kicking game. He should do the goal kicking.
That flick pass that he did right on half time, that was magical, right?
I think we need to free Nico up, and if he's not going to move him to fullback, I think Trindle just needs to take a lot of the weight. And then Nico can do what he does, little flashy bits. Running around. So
interesting stat. 200. The Storm made 264 tackles. The Sharks made 456, almost 200 more tackles.
So, and to be only 14-10 down at half time,
Pretty impressive.
we had a real chance,
Yep.
but in the end we were just too tired.
Errors 12-4. You dropped a bit of ball, but that's just because of tiredness, particularly towards the end.
Oh no, there were 3 costly errors at the start.
At the start,
So there was a Will Kennedy error, Rudolph dropped a ball and then gave away a penalty and then made the break, and instead of passing to the 3 guys wide open on the outside, he tried a drop kick. I don't know. So I think, I think if we tweak our bench, we got a good chance. I think one of our bench players needs to start instead of Rudolph. Hazelton or Hunt, one of the big guys. If we're going to have a chance against Cowboys, who really smashed us last time.
I mean, we spoke about it before. The first 2 games weren't do or die, so I think we saw a bit of that. The next 2 games were do or die, and they were close, epic, sort of fast. Like you could tell they were playing for do or die. These first 2 games were kind of like, you could tell it was kind of like, we have another chance next week. So there could have been a bit of that complacency in there.
Still that completion rate though. 88 for Panthers, 95 for Melbourne. That's why they are the 2 favourites to be in the grand final.
So moving on to game 3 of the round, we had Queensland Country Bank Stadium. We had the Cowboys taking on the Knights, 28-16 to the Cowboys. It was close up until the last 15 minutes. It was 16-all, and we decided to turn up. For some reason, the Cowboys, when there's no expectation and we are the underdogs, we play better. When there is expectation, we should. I was really confident. I was like, we should dominate these guys. For some reason, when we turn up expecting to dominate, we shoot ourselves in the foot a little bit. I don't think we played bad. I just thought we panicked a little bit in attack. I thought our attack was we just didn't trust our attack. We tried for the miracle passes too often. We tried to make something out of nothing, where if you shoot back a week or two, we were playing straight and let our attack and running through the middle open up for our tries, whereas this time we were just looking for that miracle pass. And Toddy obviously got in there at half time and said, be patient, we've got the points in us, and it came late, and it came because of a bit of luck. The Knights, geez, they were good. I did not expect that, that performance.
Especially that first half.
That
first half
epic.
And to be honest, I thought they were probably the better team.
For most of that game, I thought the Knights were the better team. And that's not saying that overall the Cowboys aren't the better team. They finished fifth for a reason, but in that particular game, the Knights, the grit that they showed to stay in that game, and honestly, they might have been one or two passes away from possibly continuing.
Well, the Kalen Tonga one to Gagai, if that was a better pass or a prime passes to the inside, they win that game.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's hard to say because the Cowboys do have lots of points in them, but definitely
that last 10 minutes for the Cowboys, they were playing real upbeat.
We tighten the screw.
Fine in their stomach, quick play the balls. They really tighten that up.
But it's I'm proud. At first, I walked away from that game sort of going, like back to our old ways where we just. But the more I thought, it was a tough, gritty win, and we hung in there and we did whatever it took to get the win. And that's the positive I'm taking out of that. We cannot play like that against the Sharks this week. Overall, happy. We're here. We're still fighting. We're not in Bali yet, and we've got a chance against the Sharks this week to go a step further.
So anyway, that'll be. We'll talk about that game a little later.
Now, I would say possibly game of the round. Sunday the 15th of September. Dogs taking on the Seagulls. The Seagulls coming home 24-22 at the death. Well, not at the death, but pretty close to it. Man, I was on the edge of my seat all game.
It was pretty much the same game. The Dogs' defence, they were the better team in that first half. They were giving it. I was listening to Matty Johns later on, and he said, I think it was Matty Johns, it might have been Highmarsh, but he said when you've got that kind of effort in defence, sometimes in the back end it actually troubles you because you've spent everything doing all that. If you haven't scored enough points, which is what we were talking earlier on the year, do the Bulldogs have enough points to win finals games? And right at the end, you saw that with the one-shoe try. Cola? He ran through about 6 of them. Then Cherry drops the ball. Moran drops the ball. Just at the end, I think it was fatigue. And I thought they just so hard but didn't get enough reward.
I think the Dogs, they surprised me towards the end of the season. I think about halfway through the season, I was starting to think of this result. I was looking at them and trying to picture the Dogs in finals, and I couldn't get past a result like this happening. And then they started to convince me towards the end of the season. I thought, hang on a minute, maybe these guys, and I'm not saying that they weren't the real deal. I just knew that a team like Manly with DCE, Turbo, Burbo, Gerbo, like those guys, I just knew that they were going to be probably too much class. They knew that they had to play for 80 minutes, and I think you're right, the Dogs started to fatigue towards the end.
Definitely. But I will say quickly though, it's a massive improvement from the Bulldogs.
Absolutely.
And, the fact that they're playing finals and, many people didn't even pick them in the top 8 this year. So,
I think this loss is a win.
Yes.
I think to play finals is amazing.
So in another 2 or 3 years, I think that they will be.
Nothing really to account for. The stats were pretty close all the way through. Completion rates, possession ended up 50-50. I just think the calm head and the abilities of the Manly Stars.
And Turbo must have got needled at half time because he was a different player in the second half.
You could tell that his injury last week, you could tell that he probably shouldn't have played this week, but he did because he had to. And that'll be...
But the second half he came out and thought, well, it might be the last game, so I'm going to give it some, I think. Because he was a lot better in that second half.
He was. I don't know if I'm the Roosters this week coming, I'm looking at Turbo going, he ain't going to be 100% for sure, so I would be structuring a game plan around that.
That's going to be worrying for them because of the Roosters' attack.
They can put points on the Roosters, even without Sam Walker.
We'll talk about that soon.
We're going to have a chat to Robbo this week, give him a call, and
Yeah, I've got him on speed dial.
But apart from that, controversial calls, apart from the forward pass for the Roosters.
What about the Melbourne Storm one? Was that forward?
Which one was that?
In the corner.
That was forward. Yeah.
Yes.
I thought so. Even on replay, I thought that was forward.
There was a couple of calls in that game.
Nothing really.
I don't think it changes the game.
Yeah.
But if it is a neck and neck game, some of those calls.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you play Melbourne in Melbourne. I think that's what you expect.
Well, it's home ground advantage, eh?
That's what you win for.
And quickly, Carl, I must ask you. We did talk about before with the Roosters, James Tedesco pass, where you're the one person that thinks that it was forward.
No, I said my actual words was I was actually okay with the call.
Okay.
Roosters fans are blowing up like it was the howler of the century.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It wasn't a howler. Like we've got to be okay that the refs are going to make 50-50 calls like that.
Exactly.
Some they will get right, some they'll get wrong, but you can't go off your nut about that. That wasn't a howler. I've seen way worse let go. They're the howlers. I kind of saw the pass and thought, I can understand why he called it forward. But for Roosters fans, I've seen some Roosters fans on social media.
Yeah, and like the Luke Keary one, he should have been sin binned.
Yeah.
Like when he took out. Yeah, I know we're going back.
Do you think so?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, look, honestly, refs are humans. They're gonna make.
They're human.
I thought the referee of the round was Todd Smith in the Cowboys game. I actually thought for a guy, he naturally, like they left out Grant Atkins, I think it was, or Adam G. Adam G didn't get a game. He was the grand final ref last year, and they dropped him for this week, and they put Todd Smith in instead. And I actually thought he let the game flow really well, and I'll commend the refs for this week. I thought they did a great job. I thought most games flowed really well. Home teams will get some of the extra calls. You'll know that as a Sharks fan playing at Melbourne. But I overall thought that they were really good.
Yeah.
I don't think either the Roosters or the Sharks win anyway. Like, I'm not saying that's not a deal, because we do need to make sure that the calls are made correctly. But at the end of the day, to blow up that big, I mean, you just got to play better.
Yeah.
Especially Roosters and Sharks that first half.
Yeah, we got to play better.
We've got to play better.
Especially when both other teams put 30 odd points in there. You can't blame referees for that.
Yeah.
It's not like a 7-tackle set back in the 2013 final series.
No, you've got to do what you've got to do. 7-tackle sets are a thing now.
They are, actually. You saw into the future.
Hand of God.
Well, we got no ladder to go through because the ladder's
dead.
So here's my ladder. I reckon it goes Penrith, Melbourne. I still think Roosters, Sharks, Cowboys, Seagulls.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Pretty accurate, I'd say. So want to move on to this week?
Yes. Well, that's all we can do.
Yep. Well, let's talk about...
I think you should do this one.
Yeah, you want to
Sharks, Cowboys.
All right.
Tell us.
All right. Sharks and Cowboys.
In Sydney, so Cowboys are playing well away.
Yep. Look, I think this is going to be a really close game. I'm going to tip the Cowboys in this game.
Whoa.
I think that their away form has been better, and the way that they played against the Bulldogs a couple of weeks ago gives me enough confidence to say that they can win this game. So
I think Felt and Ronaldo one of them will win this game.
Yeah.
They had such a great battle last time.
Oh,
Felt got over
that.
the top. They are both so fiery, so grubby at times. I think one of those two decide it. I think whoever gets over the top, I think, because they'll be kicking at both those guys.
Oh yeah.
And I think it'll be
Felt
good.
played really well on the weekend.
I think teams are pretty evenly matched.
Yeah, I would say it'd be whoever got gassed the most on the weekend just gone. As a Cowboys fan, there's no pressure on us at all now. I think the pressure is on the Sharks because of the fact that they finished top 4, because of the fact that they don't want to go out in straight sets for the third year in a row.
We haven't won a finals game since 2018.
You haven't won a finals game under Fitzy. You haven't won since 2018. And so I'm hoping the Cowboys, and the Sharks are decent favourites, $1.60 to $2.30. So I'm hoping the Cowboys turn up with a bit of an underdog kind of mentality, going to go, there's no pressure, it's all on the Sharks, and just play like that.
Yeah.
We've won 8 games away this season. I think we've won 6 in Sydney. So there's no, I believe the Cows can do it, but I do know that the last time the Cows played the Sharks in Sydney, it was Cronulla. They put 40 odd points on us, so I'm wary of that as well.
Yeah.
Both teams finished strong too. Both teams, apart from that Melbourne game, Cronulla have a history of letting in 3 tries at the start. So it'll be down to the wire.
It'll be a cracker.
It could be. I hope it's not. I hope our defence is up to scratch, but it could be another 34-32.
And the good news is the winner gets to go and lose next week to is it Melbourne or
Penrith?
Oh no!
I'm in Sydney for that week. So
yeah, I did see that the Sharks CEO said, because they tried to get the game played at Shark Park.
Of course they did.
Because of where they finished on the ladder and stuff like that. But I think common sense.
What are your thoughts on that, Jace? You would have loved them to play at Shark Park. 11,000 compared to having...
Yeah, as a fan, you probably want more people to be able to see the game. I do think with the Cowboys, I haven't seen a lot of representation in Sydney, so maybe it's not going to get that many, that much crowd.
That element.
So, it might, if it's only going to end up being 14, 15, maybe the 11 at Cronulla is a better thing for us, but... he said fans might not travel. I think that's ridiculous. If they were up here, I would travel. So
you're going Cowboys, I'm going Cowboys. Obviously you're going Sharks, so no-brainers there. So your second game, Jetty.
All right, Roosters and Manly.
Doesn't matter, does it? Roosters, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter,
Look,
who cares?
Manly, they will not, as soon as they cross that harbour bridge, they'll forget how to play footy.
I reckon.
Yep. That's
wow. Can we clip that?
So I think we can actually. We'll bounce back. Hargraves will be back.
Yeah, well.
As we just mentioned, he's a massive in, and hopefully he'll put Spencer in as the other front rower. And
Collins will be there.
Collins will be there. That's
with
true.
Spencer. So with Hargraves and Collins, that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
But whoever they
Collins
play,
has been quiet this year.
He has been.
Very quiet.
Since Origin particularly.
So
big game from him.
he'll need to fire up. But I think we can actually win.
I think that's where you win.
The
forward pack.
I
think they're far better. Nathan Brown hasn't been playing that great. For Eagles, Lodges, Paseka's been playing all right, but I think the Roosters forward pack. I think that.
Roosters are heavy favourites, $1.60 to $2.32. I'm on the fence. I don't know who are you tipping?
I think Roosters, because I don't think Turbo is well enough to defend what's coming. Because the Roosters are putting on 30 points this week. But Manly have to put on 30 as well.
That's true.
I think that's what's happening.
I'm gonna go Manly.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm just saying,
I don't know why. I don't
Tedesco, Manu, Hargraves, Collins. I just think they got a side.
Look, in saying all those big names, if you're a Roosters fan, you've had nothing since 2019, which is not that long ago, but with the star-studded lineup that you've had, you would have been expecting more success. Granted, it's the era of the Panthers right now, but surely if Trent Robinson doesn't get his team at least to a prelim final this year, there'll be some questions that need answering by...
Would you say, though, that the injuries that we've had over the last 5 years, and not just little injuries like ACLs and stuff like that, to big players?
Well, interestingly enough, there was a stat that I saw recently in terms of injuries
it was
this
just
year.
ACLs, wasn't it?
No, this was injury ladder, missed games per club. The Roosters are way down in 13th. You've only missed 92 games due to injuries. Compare that to the Rabbitohs on 213, the Warriors on 140, Broncos 138, Bulldogs 134, Cowboys 129. The Roosters, on the scale this year, haven't had that many injuries. And if you want to talk about depth, look at Melbourne, look at the injuries that they've had this year. 119 games they've missed, and they're still...
I think the player matters too, though. It's interesting Panthers,
Cameron Munster.
because
Ryan Pappenhausen.
Panthers at 17, but
69
they
now.
missed Cleary,
Mm.
who arguably was the best player in the game last year.
Yeah.
So
We're
I
talking
think
about-
that makes a difference.
But I mean, like,
We're talking
coming
about-
in the crunch, though.
We're talking about depth, though.
Yeah.
We can't use injuries as an excuse. Like, if you look at a 5-year tenure for a coach, you can't turn around and say, well, I had lots of injuries. They just want results.
Yeah.
And I think particularly this year, I don't think the Roosters can really use...
I think we're going to have a call. You know what you need to do?
What do I need to do?
Call Mark Nusapora up
Yeah.
and he can tell you what his thoughts are on the matter, and you're going to lose.
He can tell me all that he wants, but the facts of the matter are you haven't had many injuries during the season up until now.
The question is...
It's about depth.
Well, the question is, Robbo, does he need to win finals games
He does.
to stay there with the money they've spent, with the players they have? You know, yes, you're missing Walker, but you got the Australian captain.
Oh,
Like,
Yeah.
you got
That's true,
New
that's
Zealand's
true.
best fullback.
you've got Tupou representative, Manu representative. Who's your 4?
Suaalii.
Suaalii.
He's a representative. Who's your 5?
5'8" is Kiri.
No,
Dom Young,
Dom
who's
Young.
English
Oh, okay.
international.
Like, you've got that many representatives in your team and you're still coming up with excuses about injury. I don't know. If they were my team, I'd be frustrated by them.
Yeah, I am actually frustrated.
And like the amount of and it's about depth. Like, you look at the Cowboys, we dropped our halfback 2 weeks before the finals and we're still putting 30 to 40 points on. So I know you lost Sam Walker, but I don't think all the points were coming from, a lot of the points were coming from Sam Walker. But I think a lot of the points, like Luke Keary's a premiership winning 5'8".
Yeah.
But dual premiership winning.
Is he?
He won with Rabbitohs.
No, Rabbitohs too.
Rabbitohs and
Of course.
Roosters.
So, was he there in 19? Oh yeah.
14.
14, but
18.
18. He's a
Yeah.
triple.
Triplet. He's a triplet.
Is he underrated, Luke Keary?
Yeah. I think there should be an inquiry, but I don't think there will be.
No, I think Trent's, yeah.
Well, Nick Politis has said that Trent Robinson can coach there for as long as he likes.
Yeah, so Trent's obviously
Yeah.
getting boats.
I
and
don't
cars
know. I feel
Uh,
they've made the final series again, though.
Mm.
That's the thing with the Sharks. They've missed one final series since
Look
2016.
at Parramatta, what happened to Brad Arthur? They were making finals consecutively and then they just said, all right, mate, we're sick of just making finals and not winning anything.
Hmm.
And Hoyt
There's a point where you've got to do that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it'd be interesting. No, I think no excuses, Roosters.
okay.
Get the dub this week. Silence the critics.
They got to win this week.
But
Oh yeah,
I think
they
will.
do actually have to win this weekend. If they don't win this weekend, I will support the Broncos.
We are clipping that up. No, I'm not joking. We are clipping that.
Wow.
Matt, when you're editing this, can you clip that up, put that on our social medias? Because that is
Can we get a photo of him
huge.
with the Broncos jersey? Wow.
Yep.
All right, who wins the grand final?
Can you ask Jed first? Can I have some time to think about it?
I'm going to say Penrith. I think that Melbourne, in the last couple of years, when it comes to the big games, they haven't played well.
Yep.
So that's my reason for tipping Penrith.
Every bit of me wants to say Penrith, but I've just got a feeling about Melbourne this year.
I think Luai gets Penrith home.
Clive Churchill,
I think he's doubled his game
he's
without Cleary.
since Origin. He's
And
been
I think
phenomenal.
they were so Cleary dependent, and you saw it in that Roosters game.
Yeah.
I don't know if he kicked a 40-20 or he kicked it and they fumbled or whatever it was. He did a kick which normally would go to Cleary, and it was a great pick. And I was like, oh, that's what they need. And I think he's a difference now.
Yep. So does that mean that West Tigers win the premiership next year?
I don't think West Tigers, they have one front row.
Yeah,
Royce Hunt's going there. That's it.
no. Yeah.
So no.
Yeah. Anyway.
But overall, I think as a Cowboys fan, I'm stoked that we're here. I hope we can get through the next week. But I'm glad that we've made it to where we've made it. And I know you guys are glad that you're still...
Does it feel like...
I think the Sharks need to win a finals game.
That'd be,
We need to win one, and we'll see what happens.
I think it doesn't matter, like, well, for all three of us, even if we do win this week,
Yeah.
we're kind of like just putting it on.
Bali next week.
But like,
No,
would you say this
it's not
weekend is a
true.
pointless weekend of footy?
Yeah.
Delaying the agony.
Yeah, delaying the
Look, it's not pointless because the Sharks need to win a game.
Okay, yep.
One.
Come on,
But
Sharks.
what happens
No,
if you
no,
lose
not
next
come on,
week?
Sharks. Come on, cows.
Clip that.
There we are.
Anyway, we thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Make sure you give us a like, give us a share,
subscribe.
give us a subscribe, give us a comment.
What do you
Tell us,
think?
hey, what are you looking forward to?
If you watch this video all the way through, I will shout you a palmy because it's better than a steak.
Should have said it at the start.
Thanks guys, have a good one.
Guys.